Hello and welcome to Moon Bay. This is the first in a series of videos about Moon Bay City, which will be played in a real-time mod. It's a custom-made map, which I made actually quite specific for this video in order to showcase the real-time mod. The first part is actually not so very different than the normal vanilla game. You just have to get started with connecting roads to the highway and putting out electricity and water pipes. As you might notice, I start building just in the middle of nowhere. It's actually something I like to do. My city starts normally at a nice, how do you say, scenic position instead of where the highway is positioned. Sometimes it's close to the highway, for instance the industrial area, but other parts of the city, especially the residential area, will be built at a nice location. For those who are not really familiar with the game yet, what I'm doing now is connecting a road system, water pipes under it, and I do that by minimizing the amount of water pipes needed and the amount of roads needed. Putting out the first couple of zones so we can soon be starting the simulation. More advanced players now notice that I have not connected any water pipes and drainage systems to the utilities yet. I did first lower the budgets of all these utilities, and now I'm connecting them because of the building penalty. You have time enough to build them a little bit later and save some more money. Although when you play this correctly, money is not really an issue at the start of the game. Making sure everything has electricity. And in the real-time mod, this is a trick for the advanced players. It is a good thing to actually minimize a little bit your amount of available residential and commercial and industrial areas, and really have a lot of residential area plotted out already. In that way, the city growth will focus on residential areas and not so much on industrial or commercial areas. As far as I can see, there are about 6 buildings built at the same time, and if that is a lot of industrial area, you might miss your first landmark, and losing money, actually slowing down the progress of the game even more. And I finally call this already the patience mod, because one thing you have to exercise is patience, because yeah, real time already implies that it's not going to be the arcade simulation that the vanilla game is. But if you slow down the progress of the game, it also enables you to tweak more, to use the budgets to a better use, and in that way it actually enhances gameplay. First time the sun goes down, the real-time mod has one of the things it restricts is that there's no building, construction, or any activity after the end of the day. In this case, in this real-time mod, the settings I put that at 11 o'clock, and the day starts at 6:45. So actually, I took 15 minutes extra of building time. And during those times, no construction is being done, but other utilities might go on. For instance, the garbage collection also needs to be done at night. If you skip it, then yeah, that's trash does pile up at night. Placing your landfill carefully, because it will not be able to remove it for a while. Here it doesn't seem to be taking up building space. Landfills will be removed later on in the game. So now it's nighttime, and I unlocked the medical clinic and the school, and still I'm not building them. The school hours are from 9 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but children will leave to go to school as soon as the day starts. You'll see a massive amount of little kids running to school during start of the day. So I'd like to have my school built just before the day starts. In that case, I do not have to pay for the upkeep. So school, as you can see, is not operating yet because yeah, it's not the start of the day yet. I do change the budget for the education, although I'm not really sure if that's necessary. But if the school is closed, why pay for the maximum amount of upkeep? And later on, when we break the education paradox, that does not affect. But in the beginning of the simulation, actually the prolonged education time just ensures that the development of your city into level 3 or 4 citizens is really slowed down. It actually is slowed down until you unlock the university and you have to build it. As soon as you build the university, education actually goes really quickly again. But because we're not there yet, our tax income will remain quite low because we only have low-level housing and cannot upgrade because of that our industrial area to even level 2. Industrial will remain at level 1. Until we build the university, of course. I here skip a little bit in the simulation because, as I said, this mod is also called the patience mod. I want to keep that stone, but I have to get rid of it. And there we are at where we village, unlocking both the police and the fire department. The fire department I built immediately. Fires can break out at any time of the day, but we'll make a little bit of an experiment here and see how long we can wait with building the police station before crime really becomes a problem. And as you'll see later on, that as soon as it's the first night, uh, it already starts to become a problem. That's a really nice bonus of this real-time mod, is that crime sprees at night. If you have no policing, then your commercial building will be looted and even houses will be broken in. So it starts to get dark. Let's monitor our policing. We have already one building who's reporting crime. But funny enough, they don't anymore. Let's check for crime, and as we can see, there's some crime spreading. That's the first one, but we're not going to build a whole police station for just one complaining neighbor. But there we have number 2. So let's build the police station, and there goes other reports of crime. But as you can see, police is responding now really quickly, and all the crime reports are gone. The rest of the night was quiet. We skip to the next morning. Because I do like to level up my housing to level 2 already, because that generates a little bit more tax income, I hope. I built the second school because the amount of eligible students has gone up since 3 o'clock the last day. Here I'm making a specialized industry for wood, so it can supply my industrial area with some of its raw materials. Citizens are still flocking in, which brings us almost to the end of this first video. We will have reached Tiny Town soon. Then we'll build the high school immediately because of the same educational problems, which will be solved later on, but at the moment we need to address them. The monuments and beautification also shuts down during night, so why should we pay for upkeep? Now we just built the high school, and then we'll be done for this episode. I'd like to thank you for watching. This was just a starting episode, but later on it will get more interesting, I hope. This was just getting started. Hope to see you soon.